Most high performers neglect the fundamentals and pay for it later. My name is Jeff Salzenstein, leadership speaker and performance coach, committed to helping you and the world own their zone. This is what it's about. How can we lock in the fundamentals? I call them pro fundamentals. And what I've noticed over the years of the coaching, getting on stages, is that many high performers doing big things in the world, many teams and organizations doing big things in the world, they forget about the all-important fundamentals, and they pay for it down the road. They sometimes pay for it now. This is what it looks like. When we think about fundamentals, the reason why we don't want to neglect them is because over time, it will creep up on us. Our performance will dip and drop. We will feel more stress. We'll feel that pressure. And we must remember that it's not the stress that breaks us, it's how we carry it and work with it that matters. And when we have fundamentals in place, then we can carry it and work with it. It's as simple as that. Neglect the fundamentals, you won't be able to handle the pressure in your life. These pro fundamentals, they are essential if we want to thrive in an uncertain environment. Many of us are in survival mode, fight or flight, struggling to get by. Yes, we're succeeding. Yes, we're hitting our numbers. Yes, we're getting the promotion. But we're just hanging on for dear life. Our nervous system is dysregulated because we've lost sight of the fundamentals. So this is not optional anymore. It is not optional to neglect the fundamentals. It is mandatory. It is required. Just like required reading, it is required to practice the fundamentals. When I share the fundamentals with audiences, sometimes they'll say, wait a minute, these are so simple. Of course they're simple, because if you take it to sport, the best athletes in the world, the top performers in the world, they do the fundamentals. They practice the fundamentals better than everyone else. They get the basics down and they do it consistently over and over again. It's boring work to do the fundamentals day after day consistently. Most people aren't going to do it. And when you hear them again, you think, this is not complicated. I know this information. Well, okay, you know the information, but why aren't you doing it? That's the question. Because if you follow the Own Your Zone framework, if you follow the fundamentals inside of it, you will expand your capacity to handle pressure and the stress that comes with it. Full stop. It's guaranteed, because I've been studying this for years, building this framework, and realizing that if everyone practices these fundamentals, we are 90% there. It is the foundation for us to deal with this uncertain world out there. There is so much stress, uncertainty, external stress, the internal pressure we put on ourselves. So if you have consistent fundamentals in place, it'll make a huge difference. If we go to the world of tennis, and I taught tennis for many years, and as a professional athlete, I practiced my own fundamentals. There are specific fundamentals around different strokes. The serve has fundamentals. The forehand has fundamentals. The backhand, every stroke, every part of the game has fundamentals. Footwork, it's all there. And so when I was working with players at a high level on their games, take the forehand, for example, a fundamental would be holding the racket correctly. And many players did not do that, especially at the recreational level. Advanced players do, but recreational players, not so much. The first move, how you start your forehand, that's a fundamental. Many people do not start it efficiently. What you're doing at the contact point, that's a fundamental. It's basic stuff to practice. The fundamentals matter. And when I think about how we can install these fundamentals, how we can learn to apply these pro fundamentals to our lives and to our work, look no further than two of the greatest coaches of all time who were obsessed with the fundamentals. In the world of basketball, probably my favorite sport, John Wooden, Coach John Wooden, the men's basketball coach for the UCLA Bruins back in the day. 10 national titles in a 12-year span, including 7 in a row. He would kick off each season by showing his players the right way to put on their socks. A simple reminder that the fundamentals always matter. He didn't teach them the complicated moves of how to dribble or how to hit certain difficult shots. He taught them how to put on their socks so they didn't get blisters. How simple is that? And in the world of pro tennis, I should say in the world of college tennis, although he helped many college players get to the pros and succeed, let's look at the world of college tennis. I had the good fortune to play for the greatest college tennis coach of all time. His name is Dick Gould, the legendary Dick Gould. He won 17 national titles in a 38-year span. In fact, he won those 17 titles in a 28-year span. He coached for 38 or 39 years. Imagine winning a national title in tennis, in college tennis, better than every other year. Incredible legacy, incredible results. He's the GOAT. And I got to play for him for 4 years, learning these leadership lessons from the greatest college tennis coach of all time, from ages 18 to 22. And he always reminded us in practice. He had his note card, he had his little pencil. This was before, cell phones and the like. He would just write down on this little note card the little things we had to do every day. How can we get 1% better? How can we get a little better every day, focusing on the process, focusing on the fundamentals? And so I get to take these fundamentals that I've learned over the years in the tennis arena and in life and in business and being an entrepreneur and a coach. I get to take all these lessons and create a simple framework that has these fundamentals in them. So I want you to think about, what are your pro fundamentals? What are your fundamentals to take care of your personal life? What are your fundamentals around your relationships? What are your fundamentals with your health and with your professional life? We all have these fundamentals. And what I've done is created the Own Your Zone framework. There are 3 zones inside of it. And inside these 3 zones, we have these fundamentals to restore the body, to rewire the mind, and to reconnect the heart. Those are the 3 zones. And inside of it, we apply these tools, these strategies, all backed by neuroscience and performance psychology, so that if we apply the fundamentals on a consistent basis, life gets better. The way we see the world changes. It's so easy to lose sight of the fundamentals, to neglect them. And this is my invitation to you to pick some simple, proven fundamentals that can help you live your best lives.